When you think about education, what comes to mind? And I'm going to give you 3 7 seconds to think of an answer. Okay? And I'll repeat the question again. When you think of education, what comes to mind?
Learning.
Learning? All right, anyone else? Say your name. Getting a good job. Say your name. Math. Anyone else? Say your name. Science. Okay.
What you know about education?
You don't know. That's all right, but you know your name. So that's an education in itself. So we said math, we said science, we said getting a job, we said learning, we said spelling. What else? Effort. Say your name. Goodness. What's your name? All right. Goodness, effort, science, math, spelling. All these things are part of education. All these things are part of education. And within the United States, we are blessed to have the right for children to go to school from age 6 on up. Okay, so you have a right to go to school so that you can learn. And so that later on, when you go from being children to adults, you can get a job. And not only get a job, but you can have a career. Okay, for instance, when I was in college, I used to work at McDonald's. And nothing's wrong with working at McDonald's. It's a legal job. It pays you money. But at the time, it was just a job. It provided me with some money, but it wasn't the money I was looking to take care of myself for the rest of my life. And so it's good to have a job. My first job I got was at 17, and I worked for a catering service. So working is good because it helps to teach us responsibility. And also it provides us with money so that we can buy some of the things that we need, and we can buy the things that we want. Okay? And so after getting a job, we should have our minds focused. Everyone say focus mind.
Focus mind.
Say focus mind.
Focus mind.
All right, let's focus our mind. What do you want to become when you're an adult? Jaden, you want to be a football player. Cheyenne, you want to be a dancer. Anyone else? Jaden, doctor. Colin, you want to be the president. Anyone else? Say your name. A nurse. Good. What's your name? Ariana. Okay. And what do you want to be? Okay, you just want to color? Okay. All right. Kayla? I can hear you. You want to be a lawyer. All right. Now you hear the different occupations that you want to become? Those are great things. A lawyer, a doctor, a football player, a nurse, the president. All of these are great things to become. And to reach those heights, we must take advantage of education and learning. Right now, many of you are either in elementary school, some of you in middle school, and even one of you is in high school. And so each and every day you should be doing your best and focusing your mind on listening to the instruction that your teachers are providing to you so you can become the best person you can be. Now, you may say, there are classes that I have problems in. Well, that can be an issue on getting an education. That's called a barrier. What I want to encourage you to do today is not look at the barriers or the challenges that come upon you and say, I can't do, but start focusing your mind. Say, focus your mind.
Focus your mind.
All right, now let's say, focus your mind.
Focus your mind.
All right, that's better. We want to focus our mind that if we have a problem, then we start thinking and trying to come up with a solution. So if you're having a problem in a class, what can you do? Okay, study. Ask the teacher. Kayla, get a tutor. All of these are great things. Those are great things. If you start putting your time in and you're asking for help from the teacher and you're getting extra help from a tutor, you'll get better. You will get better. And so after you leave elementary school and you go to middle school and you go to high school, then you need to start focusing your mind on the future. So think about college or two-year institutions or going to a trade school, or even going into the military, or you may want to enter the workforce itself. But since the topic this morning is about education, then I would want to encourage you that after you graduate from high school, that you go on and get some more learning at a two-year institution or a four-year institution, or go into one of the trade mills. So there are a lot of colleges around our area that you can attend to continue on with higher education. Now, before you can get to all of that, one of the things that we need to do is to focus on our own behavior. Have you ever been in a classroom and it's been difficult for you to learn because there were disruptions in class? If so, raise your hand. Have you ever been in a situation that you've been in school and you didn't feel safe? Raise your hand. What we're going to look at is some information. What I like to present to you, some information, or I would like to call them key behaviors to think about and include in your life so that you can get the most out of school that you can. And if you feel your school is not safe, you can be a part of making it safe. So while I get my presentation hooked up to get ready, these are two things I would like for you to do. First of all, stand up. Everyone stand up. Get a good stretch because you've been sitting for a little while. Stretch it out. Okay, roll your neck. Get the tension out your neck. Roll your neck to the left and back to the right. Shrug your shoulders. All right, have a seat. Next thing what I'd like for you to do is to open up your notebooks, open up your folders so you can take notes. And then if you need something to write with, we may have something there. Hand side of the screen, what you will see is you will see expectations. And so these are expectations that you can either do in your own school or even at home, beginning at home. Okay, and the first one is be safe. Everyone say be safe.
Be
So that
safe.
the bus driver can operate the bus in a safe manner. Kayla.
No jumping up and down the seat.
No jumping up and down on the seats. Why shouldn't we jump up and down on the seats on a school bus or in a car? Okay, well, it depends on who your parent is. You could get a whooping, but why else? Yes, sir. Say your name. Say it loud. Elgin. Okay, Elgin.
Because the bus might make a hard stop and somebody might fall.
Okay, if the bus has to make a quick stop and you're jumping out and up and down, you can fly forward and you can get hurt or hurt someone else. Those are good answers. So we should demonstrate safe behavior on the bus. All right, so let's look at being respectful. Being respectful. Go ahead and write that down. Being respectful. Being respectful. And we're still talking about the bus or a vehicle. How can you demonstrate what being respectful on the bus looks like? Jaded.
If the bus driver tells you to do something, do it.
All right. If the bus driver gives you some type of direction, you should do it. How else can we be respectful on the bus? Yes, ma'am. Okay, yes, that goes back to being safe. You're right. If you fall down the bus, you might need a Band-Aid. Okay? Be respect. How can you be respectful to the bus itself or a car? We're following the rules. Okay, else. You don't put graffiti on the seats. Respecting the bus as a vehicle. We don't ride on the bus. We don't tear the seats up. Okay, that shows respect for others' property. Being responsible. Okay? All of these things, these keys that I'm giving you will prepare you to do well at the school you go to right now, and then it's going to prepare you to do well when you go to the next school and even into college. Yes, Jay.
Drop something, and if you drop something on the bus and you pick it up, that's being responsible for your own trash.
That's correct. If you drop something on the bus and you know you dropped it, you should pick it up. Okay? How else can we be responsible? Just watching out for your stop. Sometimes you may be on the bus and you're talking with your friends and you're not being responsible for, you're not paying attention to what's happening on the bus. And then the bus driver may go past your stop and, hey, bus driver, that's my stop. That causes confusion. That can lead to an accident. But if you're being responsible, you're watching out for your stop. Okay? What about being honorable? Being honorable. Can someone tell me what honor means? Elgin? Okay, don't get yourself on the bus. Okay, what would that be? Would that be an example of being safe? Okay, but that's a good one. We know what's right on the bus. Yeah. What does honor mean? Does anyone know what honor means? Being trustworthy. Okay. Being is a sort of way of being respectable. Okay. And William, you said something about being honorable because you said trustworthy on the bus. What did you say?
I said, do your best to be trustworthy on the bus.
Being trustworthy on the bus.
You won't think you did, like, think that you know something in a different way.
Okay, carry yourself in a manner that people respect you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Another way to be honorable on the bus is demonstrating appropriate language. Is there a way that we should speak and a way we shouldn't speak? Yes or no? Yes? Okay. Are there words we shouldn't say? Are there words that we shouldn't say?
Yes.
Yes. So we shouldn't say those words on the bus. And so that's being honorable because a part of honor is acting in a moral way and then being respectful of other people and concerned about other people. Not just being concerned with yourself. Okay? Now, how about being achieving? Because again, at the end, we want to be achieving. We want to achieve. How can you achieve on the bus? Jay.
I forget.
Okay. How can we demonstrate being achieving on the bus? And I know you don't think about it, but the bus is actually an extension of school. It's like a traveling classroom. Okay? So how can we be achieving on the bus? Yes.
Following the rules.
Okay, you can follow the rules, and that would be an example of being respectable too. But being at your stop on time. Okay? Yes, Caleb. I'm sorry? You should sit in the front seat, okay? You can do that, or sit in your assigned seat, okay? If you sit in the front of the bus, how can that help you achieve, Kayla? Okay, you can look out the window so you can observe where you're going and know what's happening. You can also hear the bus driver give clear instructions. Elgin? Okay, sitting in front of the bus, well, you'll be one of the first persons on the bus to arrive on the property on time, so yeah, you'll be the first to do that. But being at your stop on time, so you don't miss the bus, which makes you late for school. And your parents have to try to find another way to get you there. And if they can't, that means you missed school. And so you can't achieve if you're not at school. Yes, Caleb. Yes, they can if they have transportation. Okay, but then that's about being responsible because then your parents may be getting ready to go to work or to an appointment. Or they may be tired from working all night and they can't get up and take you to school right away. So all those things help us achieve on the bus. Okay? And I'm not going to go through all of these because there's a lot of them. So let's go to the classroom because that's really important. Okay? The classroom. How can we exhibit the expected behavior of being safe, being responsible, respectful, being responsible, being honorable, and being achieving in the classroom? Jaden.
Being respectful by saying yes ma'am, no ma'am.
Okay. How you respond to your teacher. Saying yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. That's one example of being respectful. How else can you demonstrate being respectful in a classroom? Now this side is doing really well on answering questions. How about this side? I know you go to school.
And that's what they're doing in school, respectful now. I know you know.
And how about you? Do you go to school? What school do you go to? I'm sorry? You go to Marquette. I went to Marquette. Marquette's so beautiful. Good college, mighty go. We love you. Adore you. Marquette. See, I don't know that song. That's okay. All right. How do you demonstrate or show that you're respectful in class? Being responsible. What about, oh, that's good. I'm glad you're being responsible in class. Can you share with me how you're responsible in class? I'm sorry? Okay, that would be respectful. Do you do your homework? That's good. That would be an example of being responsible. You know that? Do you listen to the instructions of the teacher? That's an example of being respectful. It's such a nice young lady. Thank you very much. How about you? You don't talk back to the teacher. That's an example of being respectful. Okay, I'll take one more. Theo? Okay.
Say that again.
You said staying in your seat? Okay, that would be an example of following directions. If you're not supposed to be out of your seat during class while the teacher is teaching, staying in your seat is an example of being respectful. Okay? What about being safe? Because we skipped that one. What about being safe? How are you safe in the classroom? Cheyenne? I'm sorry? No throwing things, no airplanes, no spitballs, erasers, all right? We don't throw things in class unless you're doing an activity and you're supposed to toss something to another classmate. But we're not going to throw things in class. Kayla? You don't run around the classroom. You might fall. Or you may bump into someone else. But normally, running in a classroom is not the behavior you should show in the classroom. Okay, Elgin? Don't chew gum? Well, it depends on the school you're in. Some schools have carpet, okay? And so they don't want you to chew gum in class. But if that's a rule, would that be an example of being safe or being respectful? It would be respectful. Good job, good job, good job. Okay? How about keeping our hands to ourselves? Okay, keeping our feet to ourselves. Yes, Mr. Collins?
No hitting?
No hitting! No hitting your friend in the back of the head. As you're going back to your seat, you give him a quick slap in the back of the head. We don't want to do that because that's not being safe. Yes, ma'am? No kicking! Or no tripping anybody as they're walking down the aisle and you put your foot out of the aisle. That's not being safe. Now, when a person trips, we may think it's funny. It really is not. But that's not being safe. Okay, let's move on to another one, okay? So you can, I don't want your hands to get tired, but let's keep on moving, okay? What about being responsible? Colin?
Bring your homework in.
Bring your homework in. Cheyenne? Doing your work. Check your name. Ms. LaShawn.
Keeping your material in order.
All right, keeping your materials in order or being organized. That's very important. You can't go to class and your papers are just balled up in your folder and your book bag, and when your teacher says, pull out your work, you can't find it, and your locker's all messy because it's lost in your locker. Okay?
We all come to the class ready to learn.
Come to class ready to learn. Remember when I talked about a focused mind?
Yes.
Okay, every time you go to your next class, you say it's time for me to focus on what my teacher's going to teach this period. So I might be hungry, but I'm not going to think about lunch. I know I want to see my friends, but it's not time to think about my friends. After school, mom's going to, or dad's going to take me to the mall. I'm not going to think about that. I'm going to focus on the class and the instruction the teacher's going to give. Yes, Elsie? Bring your own materials. Okay? We want to help our other classmates sometimes when they don't have a pen or paper or pencil. But we have to be honest. Do you get tired of some people always asking for materials?
Yep.
Okay? And so let's be responsible. Let's always have our materials so that we're always prepared for class. Okay? Yes, Colin?
Be prepared for class, have a pencil, have a board.
That's right. That's good. That's good. Okay, what about being honorable in class? How can we be honorable in class? Yes, ma'am. By being good, yes. Behaving, yes. There are classroom expectations, and when you follow those, and that's an example of being good and being honorable. Yes, Tyler.
Listen to the teacher.
Listening to the teacher helps you be honorable because you're following the rules. Good job. Tell me your name again. Jaden. That's Jaden and Jaden. All right, Jaden.
Not cheating.
Huh?
Not cheating.
Not cheating. It's not like you're playing the video games and you go to the websites to tell you how to get to those other levels. Yeah, those cheat codes. In class, we shouldn't cheat. We need to do our own work. Yes, Caleb. Do your best. Oh, that's so great. Remember I said, God has made us, not we ourselves. The Bible teaches us that God made us in His own image, in His likeness. And so God is great. And because He's great, then He's put very good stuff in us. He's given us good minds. And so if we do our work, then He'll give us the capacity to understand and do great things. Wrap it up. I want you to repeat after me. Be safe.
Be safe.
Be respectful.
Be respectful.
Be responsible.
Be responsible.
Be honorable.
Be honorable.
And be achieving.
Be achieving.
If you do those things, my young brothers and sisters, then you'll move from elementary school to middle school, from middle school to high school, from high school on to higher education or into the military or the workforce. And you'll do great things. I want to thank you very much for joining me today on the Brick Porch, and I want you to continue doing well in school. Thank you very much.